On a concluding note, I have narrated most of my memories in this book, and I hope I have not repeated any of them. I just want to share with you what life taught me. In this concluding chapter, I have added some more memories which will benefit aspiring youth in personality development, thought management, and business excellence. Let me first tell you briefly about life's lessons. Remember, money is a very strange thing. It is a good servant, but a bad master. If you are obsessed with it, beware and be prepared for losing some precious gifts God has given you. Money is important in life as it brings pleasure and a sense of security. But if you start chasing it madly, it destroys your mental peace. On the other hand, if you show detachment towards money, it hampers your family life. We should keep ourselves balanced in between these two extreme ends. Remember, family life, intimate relations, lasting friendship, humanity and compassion, health and fitness are gifts more valuable than money. Enjoy these real pleasures in life. Keep your family united and content. Earn money honestly and spend it generously on your family and for the welfare of society. Introspect from time to time. Read the face behind the mask. I have benefited immensely by my strict morals of honesty and uprightness, but sometimes my naivety caused losses. At the start of my business career, I was just a gullible teen who believed in everyone. I remember when I realized that some people wear masks on their real face. I was in junior college then. After college, I sold phenyl bottles door to door in the Mumbai suburbs. People were not so friendly and did not want to entertain unknown salesmen like me. Many scolded me harshly for visiting uninvited and disturbing their downtime. Some even slammed the door in my face after warning me not to come again. But all the experiences were not bitter. Some people were kind enough to let me in. They felt sympathy for a teen salesman like me. They would appreciate my hard work and purchase a bottle of phenyl from me. Once I visited the house of a senior citizen. He welcomed me, purchased a bottle and reminded me to come next month again. He inquired about my background and encouraged me to continue my job honestly. I liked his kind, inspiring personality and his assuring words. After 2 visits, this person took the bottle as usual but expressed his helplessness to pay for it immediately. He promised to pay the amount the following month. I believed in him and continued to deliver him phenyl bottles for the next 6 months. Every time he would make an excuse for payment. I wondered to myself, if a phenyl bottle cost only 10 rupees, how did a person not have such a small amount on hand? 6 months passed and the dues became rupees 60. It was a considerable amount for me as I was a salesman working on commission basis. At last, I decided to confront him. When I visited his house, he wasn't there. His wife opened the door. She was also a kind-looking lady. I told her to convey my difficulty to her husband and requested to make the payment as early as possible. The lady looked at me sympathetically, went inside, brought her purse and handed me the money. When I thanked her and was about to leave, she uttered a few but valuable words of advice by saying, "Son, you are young and naive. You should acquire the skill of reading people thoroughly. Don't visit our house anymore." I understood the underlying message and stopped selling products on credit. Friends, I confess that I learned the wisdom of reading the faces behind the masks very late. It is better to always stay alert and informed, whether it is a business, charity, or life. Peace propels prosperity. Once I was having a dialogue with some young aspirants wishing to step into business. One of them asked what qualities entrepreneurship demands to boost a person's career and lead them to success. I didn't answer at once, instead, listening to and noting their replies. The list included many virtues like ambition, hard work, honesty, enthusiasm, knowledge, etc. One of them even amusingly remarked that having a rich family background is the most important quality for achieving success. Upon which I told them that these are attributes useful in latter stages. Any entrepreneur needs only one thing: peace. It could be peace of mind or peace of environment. You can't grow your business if your mind is turbulent or the environment is volatile. I told them the failure story of one of my friends. He was working in a reputed company and earning a handsome salary. After a service of 2 decades, his mind started leading him towards self-employment. As he had acquired enough experience in his field and developed many contacts, he decided to resign and step into business. Even seed capital was not a problem because of ample savings, but his decision upended his family. His senior parents scolded him by remarking that business was not his cup of tea and he should continue his job. His wife and children resisted his decision as they feared losing their luxury lifestyle. My friend became disappointed and helpless. The constant quarrels shattered his ambition and finally he gave up. The idea was buried even before its birth. I consider myself fortunate to have encouragement and help from my parents, friends, family, society, and even from the rulers of the great UAE. I have a loving wife who stands firmly by my side in all my ups and downs. Before we were married, I candidly told her that business is another name for risk. She might not get the luxuries otherwise enjoyed by a salaried person's spouse. My wife simply replied, "Look, I have been born and brought up in an agricultural family. We are quite familiar with risks as agriculture is also a business full of uncertainty." I liked her answer and chose her as my life partner. Friends, while taking crucial decisions, we should always have a calm mind. If our idea is strong, our vision is clear, and the confidence is high, then there should be no hesitation. A quote by James Allen, the famous motivational British writer from the last century, is worth remembering. The more tranquil a man becomes, the greater is his success, his influence, his power for good. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. Don't run away from competition. When our business grows, we have to face competition at some point. There is no way to avoid it or run from it. I think healthy competition is essential to make one strong and innovative. Your competitors provide you with the opportunity to make improvements in your business, products, and services. I tasted the first sip of competitiveness when I stepped into business. I soon realized that business was a field where you have to face your competitors and struggle to retain your space in the market, willingly or unwillingly. Initially, I was a novice, but I gradually learned the techniques of the game. The first rule of survival in business is to not disclose your financial position and future plans to anyone. My father gave me a valuable tip. Open your heart to your customers and close your mouth to your competitors. I imbibed this tutelage and still follow it. The second rule is to keep the competition healthy and sportive. Improve, invest, and innovate every time. Ideas alone lead you to growth, not envy. I have witnessed a doomed competition of two brothers. When their father passed away, he had left a big shop. The two brothers couldn't maintain a united front and finally halved the shop. They built a partition in between and created separate shops. But foolishly, they started the same business and a bad competition took place which ruined both. The third rule In competition, don't waste time countering every move of your rivals. Instead, concentrate on client service and continuous improvement of your business. Keep in mind, honesty will reward you slowly but surely. I remember once a person had been working in our shop for many years. He decided to start a business just like us. One day, he casually resigned without disclosing his idea and left. Later, I came to know that he had opened a shop nearby. I myself called him, congratulated him, and wished him good luck. After some years, he was caught copying the labels of some renowned brands and supplying duplicate products in the market. Alas, he didn't understand that success can't be achieved instantly, and that too with dishonesty. The best and the most golden rule is a quote by Scott Cook. So I think instead of focusing on the competition, focus on the customer. Strong willpower creates miracles. Success doesn't have a secret formula. Although different virtues are often attributed to it, I think the only deciding factor for a win is a strong willpower. I have experienced the miracles of willpower myself and witnessed them in the cases of many others. When I completed my doctorate in business administration with flying colors, I could not believe that an average student like me, who had previously failed 5 times in his matriculation examination, could achieve success like it. When I visited my mother and told her about my achievement, she was delighted and blessed me. I described my achievement as a miracle, but my mother stopped me and said, "Son, it was not destiny or miracle. It was simply your hard work and willpower." I read an inspiring story of a well-known businessman. He had remained a clerk throughout his career. After retirement, he decided to chase his long-cherished dream of becoming a successful businessman. It was not so easy because he had a lot of health problems. He had high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiac insufficiency, and minor kidney problems. Besides, his growing age, which limited his activities, was not on his side. Still, he had rock-solid confidence. He started a company and made a fortune within a decade. When his doctor once asked him why he worked so hard in his golden age, where other people prefer rest and enjoyment, he smilingly replied, "It is my willpower that kept me alive. Otherwise, I would have been dead long ago. I know that I have very few years left, but I don't fear death. Let it do its work, and let me do mine." I have witnessed the same confidence with one of my friends. He was in the advertisement business and created advertisements for the corporate class. One day, he was diagnosed with kidney cancer. He underwent surgery and the cancer-affected kidney was removed. He had to attend regular chemotherapy. Once I visited him in the hospital and found him quite calm and cheerful. He assured me in strong words, "Look, I have lost only one kidney, but the other one is strong and so is my willpower. I will definitely make a comeback and overcome this cancer." True to his words, when he returned, he completely changed his lifestyle. With the help of medication, he controlled his cancer, and with the help of meditation, he controlled his mind. With a strong willpower, he is still enjoying a normal, healthy life. Friends, I am telling you to face every challenge of life with positive thoughts, courage, and invincible self-confidence. Believe in the tremendous power of the mind. One of the great spiritual leaders, Dalai Lama, says, "We all have the power of thought. So what are you lacking? If you have willpower, then you can change anything." Don't lose a single customer. I have achieved success in business mainly because of 5 aspects: honesty, hard work, perseverance, quality, and customer care. In my opinion, The last one is the most important quality for any entrepreneur. Yes, truly, I give more credit to customers than products. My relations with my customers have always remained so cordial that I have never received a single complaint in the last 36 years from them. This goodwill is my most valuable asset. My father remained keen on not losing a single customer, and I followed him. At Al Adil, we have cultivated a strict discipline of not arguing with our customers. Even if a customer angrily squabbles in the shop, we never reply harshly. Instead, we make all the efforts we can to convince them and make them calm. An angry and humiliated customer can create bad publicity for business. When one unsatisfied and hurt customer leaves your shop, it means you have lost at least 10 potential customers. I remember an incident which inspired me to focus more on customer service and satisfaction. Once, I was on a business trip to Mumbai. My family was back in Dubai. I was returning home at midnight after finishing a series of meetings. The hectic day had made me tired and hungry, but I did not have the energy to cook. The nearby restaurants were also closed, so I decided to go out and have some street food. There was only a small food cart around the corner whose owner was selling egg omelets, scrambled eggs, and bread. He took my order and began preparing the dish. Meanwhile, I was watching his movements. What impressed me was his polite and affectionate behavior towards his customers. At that time, the prices of onions had soared astonishingly high and compelled everyone to limit its use. Onion, the otherwise cheap ingredient of everyday food, had acquired the status of a luxurious commodity. Even big restaurants had stopped serving complimentary onion slices and replaced them with cabbage salad. But this food cart owner seemed different. He was serving chopped onions generously to every customer who demanded more. It surprised me and I asked, wasn't it affecting his profit margin? He wisely replied, "Sir, the exorbitantly soared prices of onions certainly put pressure on my profit margin, but my customers are the only source of my bread and butter. I am willing to lose my profit margin rather than losing them. The price hike is temporary, and after some days, everything will be normal. Until then, I will not disappoint anyone by denying a fistful of chopped onions." Friends, let us remember an apt quote by Stephen Covey. Little kindness and courtesies are so important in relationships. The little things are the big things. Arrogance invites embarrassment. Excessive pride of wealth, power, position, or prestige makes a person arrogant. Later, it becomes habitual and they start talking to everyone rudely. There are two disadvantages of arrogance. An arrogant person is hated by society and slowly distanced from it. And moreover, their arrogance surely invites awkwardness and embarrassments for them if they meet another person equally arrogant or at least outspoken. I have witnessed one such amusing incident. Once I was accompanying some friends in Mumbai for a trip. We spent the entire day in fun and frolic and were returning home. By the time we reached Mumbai, it was late night. We were all tired and hungry, so we decided to eat something at a roadside restaurant. Unfortunately, it was so late that almost all the nearby restaurants were closed. Only a small street food joint was open. There too, we were told only some sandwiches could be made available. Since we had no other option, we ordered the sandwiches and waited patiently. Our order was served an entire hour later. This irritated one of my friends and he decided to insult the service staff. While paying, he deliberately put a 1 rupee coin in the bowl as a tip. A young girl came to collect the bill. She saw the coin and immediately returned it to my friend saying that there was no need to give a tip. To which my friend arrogantly asked her, "Young lady, how much tip do you expect for an hour's late service? Call the owner and let me register a complaint." The girl retorted, "Sir, I understand your anger and apologize for the delay in our service. When your sandwiches were being prepared, our cook noticed that the bread had become stale and smelled bad. He threw it all away and sent out one of our workers to bring fresh loaves from another food joint in the next square. We care for our customers and are against serving unhygienic stale food." Her explanation made my friend ashamed. He apologized profusely. He then drew a few more coins from his wallet and put them in the bowl. She still declined, saying that it is against their policy to accept any kind of tip. Impressed by her words, my friend again requested her to call the owner, this time to appreciate the staff. The girl then smilingly replied, "Sir, the owner is right here." A quote by Walter Russell Mead, an American academic. What begins in arrogance often ends in shame. History taught me a management lesson. When our Adil group expanded, the new employees also increased and it became imperative for us to set up a human resources and development department. HRD is one of the most important departments for any company as its work is directly related to the grievances and welfare of the workforce. Initially, we didn't have the required skilled staff, so we published advertisements in newspapers to fill various posts. After a series of interviews and a meticulous selection process, a hierarchy of suitable candidates was formed and the new department started functioning. Within the first 6 months, many employees from that department resigned and joined new companies. Surprisingly, the chief HR manager was also among them. This unexpected development suddenly halted the entire work of the department. We then hired a recruitment agency to fill the vacant posts. We even offered a lucrative salary package as per the agency's advice. Yet, the same thing happened again. We couldn't keep employees for even a year. It made me nervous and irritated. I couldn't understand why the staff in the HR department remained dissatisfied. I asked a business consultant about it and he said, "Nowadays, loyalty has lost its place and opportunity overrules it. In the old days, employees preferred job stability, but nowadays, only the package matters. This trend is likely to continue. Don't worry, hire new people." But his advice couldn't satisfy me, as it is quite difficult for any employer to constantly repeat the hiring process. I began thinking for a solution, and unexpectedly, I found it in history. I was reading about the history of Marathas and especially Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. The King Shivaji had encountered a similar problem when he took up the task of building his own fleet of warships. He assigned the work to Portuguese carpenters who were supposed to be master shipbuilders. They started the work, but after a couple of months, suddenly stopped and all ran away. King Shivaji, anticipating this problem, had purposefully kept his local carpenters under the foreign artisans. He trained his own workforce and later they built an excellent fleet of warships. This incident inspired me to train my own staff to work in HRD department. I disseminated a circular in the company and invited employees willing to work in the department. We provided them with the necessary training and built a team again. We purposefully kept the senior positions vacant for skilled candidates to compete for. I am proud to say none of them have resigned from their jobs so far. As Peter Drucker says, every enterprise is learning and teaching institution. Training and development must be built into it on all levels, training and development that never stop. Use the reset button. I owned a villa in Dubai which I would rent out to temporary visitors. Once a foreign lady came to reside there with her infant. The lady was a political leader in her country. I was surprised to know that they were living alone without relatives. The lady hadn't mentioned anything about her husband or kin. Later I heard that her husband was also living in Dubai and the couple had some marital discord. But I kept silent as I felt that I would be wrong to pry into her private affairs. After some days, the lady complained that the villa's water supply system was faulty. The electric motor failed frequently. I sent an electrician and a plumber to resolve the problem. They inspected the system and found no fault, but still it persisted. I thought it better to hand over the maintenance of the property to a professional agency. I thought that everything was okay, but after a month, when the agency billed me for 4 visits, I was shocked. If the electrician and plumber had declared that there was no problem, why was the motor failing again? How could the agency technician repair it instantly? I started an inquiry personally. Since the motor was brand new, I called the company service engineer. We both went to the villa. The engineer thoroughly inspected the motor and assured me that there was no problem. Suddenly, I saw a red button at the bottom and asked him its function. He casually answered, "Sir, it is a resetting facility provided by the company. If the motor fails, we just need to press the reset button and it automatically adjusts to the normal setting." I couldn't stop myself from laughing at my stupidity. I thanked the engineer and informed my tenant. The lady then apologized for making me visit for such a trivial thing. I smiled and said, "Madam, I have learned a simple lesson. Of our problems, only 10% get automatically solved, but the rest 90% have to be tackled by us." A fortnight later, the lady came to my office. This time, her husband was with her and she had decided to shift to his residence. I was happy to see the family together. Before leaving, she again thanked me and said, "Sir, what you said during your last visit was right. We have to face our problems head on. I was thinking of approaching a lawyer and moving to the court against my husband. Fortunately, your words inspired me. We have now settled our differences and reunited." I congratulated the couple and thought to myself, God has also given a reset button to all of us. We need to remember it and use it in challenges. Keep on dreaming. Recently, I was honored by being ranked among the top 10 Indian billionaires in the GCC region. Many of my friends congratulated me. One of them smilingly asked, "Jay, what is the secret formula to become a billionaire?" I replied, "There is nothing secretive in it. The formula is very simple. It is 4D, that is, dream, determination, discipline, and destiny. Remember, the voyage starts from dreaming, but later, the other 3 factors decide your success. When I look back at my past, I see a young boy of 16 dreaming a cozy and childish dream of becoming a rich person instantly. The boy had seen people from his area going to Gulf countries for jobs and becoming part of affluent society. He decided to go to Dubai for a job and make a fortune. Somewhere, destiny heard the wish and blessed the boy with an opportunity. Of course, the dream came true, but not instantly. It took 40 years to reach that milestone. Meanwhile, the boy had also understood the value of hard work, honesty, humanity, happiness, and health. I still remember the day when I first landed in Dubai. I had only 30 dirham in my pocket. I had no work experience, no employable education, and no future plan when I came to this land. I had only dreams, and these dreams only kept me running and chasing after them. I am grateful to UAE. her ever-encouraging rulers and affectionate people. This country tested my mettle assiduously, but when satisfied, offered many opportunities and bestowed name and fame on me. A small shopkeeper became a billionaire here and was honored with the title Masala King. I had never expected much from life as I was average in everything. Business accidentally entered in my life and like a staunch teacher groomed me. I learned previously absent skills. I was once a stammering student who has now transformed into a public speaker. Once, I was weak in mathematics and failed 5 times in my matriculation examination, but today I can handle transactions worth millions of dirham. My educational progress was so disappointing that my parents expected me to become a plumber or an electrician. Today, I have a doctorate with distinction in business management from a major university. I am sure that my dreams were the cause of this. Folks, cherish as many dreams as possible and pursue them. Life is very beautiful. Live healthy and happy, and let us make others' lives more beautiful. You may call it my next dream. I take your leave quoting Walt Disney. All our dreams come true if only we have the courage to pursue them. Peacock Brand Products. Today, Adil Trading sells an entire range of grocery and household items including Indian spices and masala, pulses, rice and flour, oils and ghee, pickles and chutneys, tea and coffee, canned and instant foods, Ayurvedic medicines and herbs, cosmetics, dry fruits, mouth fresheners and savories, confectionery items and sweetmeats, and more than 4,500 items from all over the world. Al-Adil Group. The Arabic words Al-Adil mean a good soul or a philanthropist. With the dream of catering to the everyday foodstuff needs of various communities in UAE, the late Dhananjay Datar started a small grocery shop in Dubai, which has now grown into an international business group. Today, the group encompasses a chain of 50 spacious superstores spread across Gulf countries, 2 spice factories, 2 flour mills equipped with modern technology, and an import-export company acting as the Indian arm of the group. Recognized as an ISO 22000, HACCP, GMP, GHP certified company in 2006, Al-Adil Trading, under the leadership of Dr. Dhananjay Datar, has performed a key role in bringing more than 9,000 Indian products to UAE. The group also produces more than 700 products with categories as ready-made flours, spices, pickles, jams, namkeen and instants under its own brand Peacock. For the last 38 years, he has been serving authentic, hygienic and secure Indian foodstuff to customers from the GCC region. Al-Adil Group is actively expanding its presence in other Gulf countries. It has already established special trade routes in USA, Canada, Kenya, Switzerland, Italy, Eritrea, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia and UAE. Masala King. A Journey of Memoirs is the inspiring life story of Dr. Dhananjay Datar, CMD, Al-Adil Group, UAE. Dhananjay, an average middle-class teenager in the 80s, naively dreamt of instantaneous wealth. Somewhere, destiny heard his wish and decided to fulfill it. Dhananjay's path was certainly not easy. It was tough and unpredictable, sometimes agonizing, sometimes exhilarating, and always demanding great sacrifice and perseverance. There is nothing Dr. Datar hasn't seen, from abject poverty to ridicule and humiliation, from selfless people to the true kindness of humanity. 2 decades later, Dr. Datar, now a billionaire and the Masala King of the UAE, has carved an unforgettable niche for himself. Masala King, A Journey of Memoirs is a story of determination, honesty, wisdom, hard work, and courage. From his Indian roots, learning the millennia old knowledge of a fulfilling life, to the soaring heights of the UAE and its bustling business hub, Dr. Datar has chronicled a fresh, thought provoking story with all the secrets and tips of success unfolded inside. With its lucid storytelling and enlightening life lessons, readers will be thrilled and budding entrepreneurs will find their reflection in this journey of, above all, following a dream. Published